Welcome back to Bravado TV. I'm Demi Smith, and we're here in Muskogee, Oklahoma at the Hilldale Hornet Field. We have the Hilldale Hornets ranked number 9 against the Broken Bow Savages ranked number 6. We have a game time is at 7:30, and fall is finally here. Our temperature tonight is 75 degrees. It might get down to 65 later this evening, though. Broken Bow leads the series 6-4, but Hilldale won the last meeting 21-6 last season. The Hornets have a great chance to win District 4A4, but they have to go through Broken Bow Savages first. Brian, what do you think?
Well, to get through to the District 4A4 title, they're gonna have to get through a hot Broken Bow club. They come in at 3-1 after being upset by Metro Christian the first week, and then they've shut out their subsequent 3 opponents. They're led by 2 running backs. I think they're Crane.
Yeah, Crane.
Green. Defensively, they play aggressive, in-your-face defense, and as you can tell, they've shut out 3 straight opponents. So it's going to be a challenge for Hilldale tonight to get on the board. Bottom line, the Savages are known for their defense, and it travels.
Now on the other side of the ball, the hometown Hilldale Hornets, they're 4-0 this season. They've had 2 blowout wins, but they've also had 2 close games. A notable thing is Coach Warner, Hilldale Hornets head football coach, used to coach at Broken Bow, and he's actually the all-time winningest coach at Broken Bow. So there's a little bit of a little bit tangible right there. Now, Hilldale has an explosive offense, and they're led by their quarterback, Dawson Neighbors. And Dawson Neighbors has rushed for over 400 yards this year. But let's not forget their running back, Devin Hembry. Hembry has rushed for over 500 yards this year, and all behind a huge offensive line that has 78 pancake blocks this season. Defensively, they're fast, and they're led by senior linebacker Bryce Barrett. He leads them with 37 tackles. The only knock on the Hilldale defense, they're fast, but they have a tendency to over-pursue. So you have to watch that against this Broken Bow Broken Bow offense. They have that 2-headed monster in their running back. Hornets are a senior-led team, and if they can close this one out, there's not going to be much between them and a district title except for Poto at the end of the season. So I'm going to throw it back to Brian. Brian, that's going to be a feat. Broken Bow brings in, just a monster of an offense, and they've had 3 straight shutouts, but offensively they put out a ton of points.
Yeah, I think that the key to their offense being good is their defense giving them extra possessions, getting 3 and outs and getting them right back on the field, especially when they're hot. So I look forward to the challenge that Hilldale's going to face tonight, and then we'll get our first good game of the year.
All right, folks, thanks for watching our pregame show, and game time 7:30. Stay tuned, Bravado TV, and we will have you hopefully a great game tonight, and homecoming here at Hornet Field. So back to the trailer, and then we'll have the game at 7:30. Yes. We ready? Welcome to Muskogee, Oklahoma. We are in week number 5, Brian, and we have the number 9 Hilldale Hornets hosting the number 6 Broken Bow Savages for a 4A4 battle right here at Hornet Field. And the toss right now, Hilldale has won the toss and will receive, and Broken Bow will defend and will be kicking. So here we are. Broken Bow comes in 3-1, and Hilldale 4-0, and this is a crossroads of sorts for both teams in this 4A4 district.
Yeah.
Hilldale's offensive lineups, we'll start them right here. Quarterback Dawson Neighbors, he's a senior. Running back Devin Hembry, number 6. Number 22, Bryce Barrett is your fullback. Number 34, Curran Finch, your tight end. Your center for the Hornets, number 50, right tackle is Caleb Butler, number 50. Levi Gasaway, your right guard, number 73. Center is number 58, Devin Brandt. Left guard is 75, Watson Schiller. And left tackle is number 71, Tristan Gaither. Cade Romine is your go-to wide receiver, number 12. Number 13, Hunter Parsons, slot wide receiver. And 33, Dylan Walker is your other wide receiver for the Hilldale Hornets.
Keep an eye on that Dylan Walker, that young sophomore. I think he's going to have a big impact tonight. 33, Dylan Walker, that young wide receiver.
So we have the offensive lineup for the Hilldale Hornets. We're just waiting on them to come through the big tunnel. You can see the Savages have come out.
I'm astounded by how many kids Broken Bow traveled. I mean, that is a big travel team right there.
That is a big travel squad, especially for a 4A team.
Warming up, they look very, very confident. Been there, done that. We've seen big games like this before. And here come the hometown Hornets, led by homecoming king, Cade Romine.
Yeah, he did win the homecoming queen earlier.
Congratulations to him and Kara York.
Right.
Both of them, the king and queen.
Romine, a 3-year starter for the Hornets at wide receiver. And you'll also hear him on the defensive end. He plays safety for the Hornets. And then here comes the Broken Bow Savages running out on the field. Savages were going to struggle with their starting lineup a little bit because the starting lineup we were sent was not who was warming up out on the field. So I don't know exactly what happened, but the quarterback that was sent for us and some of the running backs, they weren't warming up on the field.
Yeah, they didn't match up right. I think they sent number 4 as the quarterback.
And number 1 was the one that was warming up.
Number 1 and number 11. So at home, you'll just have to bear with us a little bit.
Hornets in black uniforms, red numbers, black helmet, black jersey, black pants. The visiting Broken Bow Savages are in white jersey, gold helmet, and black pants. Starting okay, here we go. Yeah, we had a little mix up there. Yeah. Starting defensive end, number 54, is Mason Mullix. The other defensive end is Stephen Young, number 55, for the Broken Bow Savages. Linebacker, 42, Jason Rich. 44, Ryan Blank. And kick is away. It's going to be fielded at the 22 on the far side. And One negative about these nice jerseys that Hilldale wears is it is very tough to see the numbers
Yeah,
from across the
we
field.
didn't catch the number on who fielded that punt. He didn't get much, or that kickoff. So let's see. See what first-year coach from Hilldale's got for his old school.
Greg Warner coached at Broken Bow, is the winningest coach at Broken Bow.
That's surprising to me because it said he was like 61-16.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a tradition, Rick.
yeah. I was pretty surprised when I saw those numbers. So out on the field, I'm going to rely on my camera a little bit. Dawson Neighbors is your quarterback, and a big-time shift. They flip the wide receivers. Going to hand off. Nope.
Little bootleg action.
And immediately the Savages, wow, they read that perfectly.
Yeah, 22 in there on the stop for Broken Bow. Clay Sanders. He's listed as a safety on the program, but I think he's an end. 55 was there too with Mullenix.
Mullenix is supposed to be the real deal. He's supposed to be getting some Division I offers.
He's a good-looking athlete, man. I tell you what, Broken Bow's got some size on that defensive line, you know?
Yeah, Neighbors barks out the signals. This time he will hand it to Hembry. Hembry up the middle, and he will gain a handful of yards, about 4 yards.
Gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
That will bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Hornets. The ball is placed on the 30-yard line. One thing, they have brand new turf, brand new artificial turf, and it is beautiful out here in Muskogee, Oklahoma.
It looked good on that drone footage, man. I'm telling you, just the way that sun hit it, drone footage, good.
3 wide receiver, man in motion, low snap, and it's going to be blown dead. And it looks like there was some motion of some sort.
This is not the start that they had in mind.
No, it is not.
I think they were trying to catch him sleeping, take advantage of over pursuit on that first bootleg action, and they didn't fool anybody.
So that'll back him up a little bit. Long pass for Hembry, and nearly had it. Knocked away there at the last moment. And
yeah, it was a little fade pass up the sideline, and I think Coach Warner would like to see his receiver fight harder for that ball. I mean, he's got a big kid. I think he could have made a little bit better play.
so that will bring up a punting situation. 4th and 16. High snap, not what the Hornets need, and it's going to bounce. Oh, goodness gracious.
For a touchdown, 24 from Broken Bow covers that up. Gabriel Fields.
Gabriel Fields, bad snap on the punt, and Gabriel Fields scoops it up and falls in the end zone. Punter, that is Peyton Bennett, the kicker, unable to do anything with the ball. Wow, not how the Hornets wanted to start out.
Well, that little swinging gate action that Shakota runs, everybody runs it, doesn't they? Don't they? Oh, another bad snap.
Another bad snap, and this one makes its way through.
You know, that's funny because all last week in that monsoon that we had, we didn't have that many bad snaps.
We did not.
Now we've had 2 right off the bat.
2 right off the bat in nice, beautiful football weather on artificial turf.
Yeah, that east wind is blowing right into this deal. You got the windows open, Eric. It's football running.
So just like that, Broken Bow jumps up on them, 7-0.
Hembry and Dylan Walker back to receive this. See if Hilldale can bounce back, because I can't imagine a worse start. With all the festivities and everything, crowds kind of buzzing, and then right off the bat, that happens.
Well, I tell you what, Brian, you're right. Look over there. The Savages literally stretch from 30 to 30.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see that 4A schools, that many have that on their team. And this is, I don't know, maybe they travel everybody, but I got to think they leave some kids at home, you know? Oh, that's a big kickoff.
Kick
there.
is away, and it will bounce in the end zone, so the Hornets will take over on the 20.
Let's see if senior Neighbors can get his offense together and get something going here.
Hornet offense comes out on the field.
They split Hembry out wide right. Number 12 is wide left here. Cade Romine. Little quarterback keeper right up. He gets about 6 yards, 7 yards.
Neighbors is going to pick up, it looks like, 6 yards on the carry.
Running behind that left guard, Watson Schiller there.
Neighbors looks for the call coming in. Standing beside him is Bryce Barrett, listed as a fullback. Hembry is split out wide receiver. Going to be a quarterback keep, and actually I guess it would be more a quarterback dive.
Yeah.
And Neighbors is going to pick up about 5.5 yards. They're going to give him the first down.
Coach may have called those plays just to get his quarterback his juice flowing, you know.
Right, and it was unbalanced. You had basically two blockers in the backfield.
You know, Hembry came out, his build as being one of the top rushers in the area, but he hadn't been in the backfield just yet.
3 wide receivers. Hembry's on the bottom of your screen. Man in motion towards you. Going to be a fake. Neighbors is going to keep it, and boy, he was swallowed up very fast.
That linebacker, that's that defensive end. I don't know how he got over there that fast, but he walled that off. 54 and 42 was in there.
Mason Mulinex filled that hole very fast.
42 was right there too. Kelvin Roby. Broken Bow's got they've got good size.
That'll bring up 2nd and 9. Neighbors this time going to hand off to Hembry on the right side. Hembry can't find anywhere to turn it up, and a flag comes in, and that would make me think it's probably a holding.
Yeah, out there by one of those wide receivers. He couldn't get turned. Couldn't find the corner. Wasn't any holes there.
And that is the call. Holding against the Hornets, so that will back them up 10 yards.
I tell you, the Hornets can't get out of their own way right now. If they don't wake up, this is going to turn into a blowout.
2 men in the backfield with Neighbors.
2nd and 19.
Neighbors looks across the middle and nearly picked off. Was looking for your homecoming queen, Romine.
And it hit the defensive back in the bad place, right in the hands. I mean, it hit him right between the numbers. 24 there.
And that was the one that scored a touchdown on the bad snap on the punt, Gabriel Fields. Fields is not even listed on my starting lineup for the Savages defense.
And Hilldale's making wholesale substitutions, man. They've got Hembry now as their single back offset to the quarterback's left.
Neighbors takes a snap. It's going to be a quarterback draw and spins and will pick up maybe about 3 yards on the run.
If Hilldale's going to have any chance of this, they're going to have to take the line of scrimmage because the line of scrimmage is about 3 yards in the Hornet backfield right now. They're taking their man in front of them and just pushing them back.
Yeah, the Hilldale offensive line has not done what they are expected. With the 78 pancake blocks coming into this game, I expected them to be a little more physical up front. So another punting situation. Peyton Bennett back to kick. Gets this one away, was under pressure. High punt. It's going to bounce at the 40. It's going to be fielded. Holy cow, how he got out of that is, I don't know.
I think I think the Hilldale defenders were as surprised as us that he picked that up.
Fielded the punt at the 36 and was able to pick up about 5 yards.
Yeah, number 7 from Hilldale right there. He's going to kick himself in the morning. Dayton Field.
Premonitions of North Texas and Arkansas.
Well,
And
speaking of North Texas, man, Mason Fine is something else, buddy.
I tell you what, he's the real deal, local kid out of Locust Grove.
Yep.
All right, your quarterback for the Savages is number 1, Quentin Owens, and your tailback is Cody Green.
I got 2 receivers to the top of the screen and a single set back here down to the boundary.
And it's going to be an option quarterback keeper. Well, actually, I guess it was more of a zone read.
Read.
But that was weird, Brian, because it was kind of flat.
Yeah.
It didn't go to the line of scrimmage. It was really a flat read, and he'll lose 2 yards.
And that sophomore, Dylan Walker, swallowed that up, man. He wasn't buying that. It was almost like a full or a tailback lead there, you know, because he was the lead blocker.
So a 4 wide receiver set again, 4 on the bottom, 1 on top.
Looking to the sidelines for the play. Now they're ready.
Now Owens barks out signals. Owens in the backfield. He's going to take snaps. Going to hand off to Cody Green. Green will not even barely get back to the line of scrimmage, if that.
Yeah.
So far, the big front, at least on these last 2 plays, Caleb Butler and Finch.
Yeah. Butler, he's a load at that nose tackle, man. That rascal, look at the size of him.
Pretty good sized kid at 6'5", 348, what it says.
Yeah, he moonlights over at Colton.
Now look at this. They're all in a stand-up stance, 2-point stance. 2 linebackers back out, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper, and Owens makes 2-man miss, 3-man. He's on the run. He's on the right. Shifts again, and he's finally going to be brought down at the 38-yard line of Hilldale. Holy cow, we just gave the big man Butler a pat on the back, and he whiffs right there on Owens. Could have had him for a no gain.
He wasn't the only one that whiffed. There was about 3 of them right there. That was the end of the play. But, man, there was 3 that could have gotten the punt team out from Broken Bow.
So Hilldale had them where they wanted them, and Owens pulled them out. So Owens, still your quarterback, takes a snap, and he's going to run to his left. Quarterback sweep all the way, and he gets the corner down the left sideline and is going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, 12 from Romine got fooled on that by his speed because he thought he had the angle and he just outran it. See how he flattened out there, number 12, and he couldn't get to it.
That was Hembry that pushed him out of bounds.
Yep.
So they line up in a single back set, but with the feet of Owens, they essentially have 2 running backs in the backfield.
And Owens has got his hands on his hip like he needs a break. I expect him to give this here.
And he will give it to Green. Green up the middle and
Still fighting for yards.
still fighting for some yardage. Will pick up about 3 yards. Bring up 2nd and 7.
Man, there's only 5 minutes left in this first quarter, and if Hilldale doesn't bring up their intensity level about 5 notches, this game's going to be over by half. I see some kids down with their heads down, and Broken Bow's all about business. They kind of remind me of Seminole last week, how they just go about it.
Well, you talk about that long-time football culture, and Broken Bow certainly has it. They've won a couple of state championships, so they're not new to it. And Owens hands off, calls his own number, will pick up about 2.
I think that was that sophomore, Dylan Walker, again on the stop, man. I noted him that he was going to be an impact on offense, but he's got 2 or 3 tackles already.
Owens looking for the signal. It's going to be about 3rd and 5
Can pick up a first down without scoring here.
They can pick up a first down. Overloaded on the left side. Going to hand it to
Oh.
Green. Oh, and there we go.
Who is
That time the big man, number 73, Gasaway, Levi Gasaway, is senior.
He shedded that block. Watch him shed this block and stand him up in the hole. They didn't even block him.
They didn't even touch him. They just
No.
walked right past him.
I thought he shed that block, but they didn't even try.
That'll put Broken Bow in a 4th and 7. They're going to attempt a field goal here, and it will be a 30.
Oh.
And field goal is good. So a 30-yard field goal it is. And that will push the score 10-0 for the visiting Broken Bow Savages. But you gave up 3 points, Brian, but your defense kind of bent but didn't break there.
Yeah, for me, that's got to be a win for Hilldale. After giving that long third down conversion and then a couple more long runs where they missed tackles, and then to get him inside the 10 like that and get a stop, that's got to be a win for them right now.
I'm sure Coach Warner will take that as a win. Now he's got to get his offense churning and at least move the ball downfield.
And they got to get out of their own end of the field.
3 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first period here at Muskogee, Oklahoma, Hilldale Hornet Field. Brand new, beautiful turf.
And the home team is a little shell-shocked right now, I tell you.
The Savages come out like they're going to do an onside kick and then pull back. And deep it goes. Will go into the end zone once again.
Embry fakes like he's going to catch it.
High school football, you cannot bring the ball out of the end zone.
Nope.
So the Hornets will take over on their own 20-yard line as they have the previous 2 possessions.
Hilldale right now just needs to concentrate on the next play. There's not a 10-point play in a playbook. So they got to worry about winning first down and then winning second down, and then just baby steps a little bit just to claw back into this game.
Matriculating the ball down the field.
Yeah.
How'd you like that?
Matriculating.
Matriculating the ball. Neighbors in the backfield, 2 running backs. Going to hand off to Hembry. Hembry looking for a hole. He's got a little bit of a hole.
Yeah.
We'll pick up, they're going to call it 2 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Hilldale offensive line is getting the front 3 or 4 blocked for Broken Bow, but, man, none of them can climb and get any of those linebackers. Those linebackers are just sitting there waiting.
That second level is coming very fast.
Yeah.
That second level is Jackson Rich, number 42, and Dawson Jackson, number 15, who actually looks like he's an outside backer, but he's almost setting like a defensive end.
Yeah.
Neighbors is going to call his own number, and in the backfield, there's white jerseys all over him.
Yeah, the timing, the snap was low on that, so I think it threw the timing off. Here we go, 3rd and long again, man.
3rd and long once again, 3rd and 11 this time. And what hurts Hilldale is now they're forced into a passing situation, and that defense for the Savages kind of pin their ears back and go stick them.
And just get going downhill, man. See if Hilldale can get something going there. Full house backfield.
Neighbors takes the snap. Going to roll to his right. Look
No.
at him. He's got pressure. Oh, and he's going to be sacked at the 15-yard line. Never saw him coming.
No. The tackle on that side did his job. He pushed him out. He's got to turn loose of that ball.
Neighbors had 3 guys in front of him to block, and I don't know. I wasn't looking downfield, Brian. I don't know if he didn't have anybody open or what.
Well, he's outside the tackle. I don't know what the high school rule is, but he should have just airmailed that into the stands.
Bennett punts. Nice punt. It's going to travel past the 50 to the 45. Once again fielded this by Whitefield, and Whitefield's going to bring it back into Hornet territory. And Brian, this just in on Squirtle. Idabel 26, Okmulgee 6 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, we kind of expected that. Okmulgee?
Okmulgee.
Dakota.
Excuse me. Idabel is at Tulsa Webster.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Idabel 26, Tulsa Webster 6. Be sure and check out our partner, Squirtle, for all your high school updates, and also checking that out on my new iPhone 8 that we have in the stores. So stop by your Bravado store and see what they can do for you. Owens, your quarterback still is going to hand off to Green, and
Backed up for a loss.
yep, that's exactly what Hilldale needs. They need those big nasties up front. That was Gasaway that brought him down.
Yep.
You know, but here's the thing: when I was putting the starting lineup together, a lot of Hilldale's players go both ways, and not too many of Broken Bowl's players do.
This number 7 for Hilldale, this corner, he's got a cast on his Dayton Field Jr.
Owens has company in the backfield. He's got an unbalanced backfield to the left. He'll take it. It's a quarterback sweep. It's going to follow Green. Try to bounce outside. One missed tackle, another one. And he's going to pick up about 6 yards on that little scamper on the left side, Brian.
Yep, Dawson Neighbors there, right there, had him dead to rights there. That kid's slippery though, man. I think right now Hilldale's got to adjust to his speed a little bit better. They got to take better pursuit angles because he had him, and then the quarterback just kind of turned on the jets and beat that angle. So now here we are. We're in what? Got to be third down, doesn't it?
It's 3rd down and 5, so he didn't get as many as I thought. Owens barks out signals, and you're right. He looks a little gassed.
They're trying to get Hilldale to
Hard
jump.
count. He hollered out twice. No go. So Broken Bow will take a timeout. They're going to talk about it. And we'll be back after this commercial break.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because we live where you live. Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
And we are back to Hornet Field here. Where the visiting Broken Bow Savages lead 10-0 with 33 seconds, 33 seconds left in the first quarter.
We got a 3rd and 5 here. Let's see if Hilldale can wrap that quarterback up and get off the field.
3rd and 5, Hilldale territory. The ball's on about the 36-yard line.
We got trips to the right.
37. Trips to the bottom of your screen. One wide receiver up top. Man in motion. And it's going to be a fake jet sweep, and it's going to throw it to Green. Wide open down the backfield. Right down the left side. Little okey-doke move, and touchdown, Broken Bow.
A little wheel route. They got him on that jet action.
They faked the jet sweep, and
Hilldale just bit up on it like they were going to throw that little slip screen and left him wide open.
Embry tried to dip his shoulder and I guess push him out of bounds and just flat missed him instead of tackling him.
Got flags.
Flags on the play. Is it delay a game, perhaps? I can't see. I got a post right.
It looks like he was counting.
We're going to back up Hilldale for some reason.
They got encroachment.
So kicking for the Savages is number 6, Jose O'Bera.
offsides again on Hilldale. Coach Warner can't be happy.
Nope, and Broken Bow is going to bring in their offense, it looks like.
Yep.
So they say, if you're going to give us an inch, we're going to take the yard.
Yep. Coach Warner can't be happy with the lack of discipline that Hilldale is showing. I mean, we've got 24 seconds left in the first quarter, and they're down 16 right now. It could be as much as 18 after this play.
Certainly not what Hilldale expected, and it looks like Broken Bow's either going to take a timeout or delay a game. They take a timeout.
That's their second timeout they've taken. Of course, I guess when you're up 16, you're not as worried about saving them.
And probably Coach Ring over there is thinking this game, that extra 2 points could really mean something later in the game.
Yeah.
So I've been impressed with Broken Bow has just come out swinging, and I'm a little disappointed in Hilldale's, like you said, lack of kind of enthusiasm.
Yeah. Last week, Roland seemed like they didn't want to be there for about the first quarter and a half, and then they settled in. So now we're seeing that again. But coaching high school kids is incredibly difficult. Girls and now they're going for two here. Just a straight up dive. They got to stop right there. Dylan Walker, that sophomore in, was in there on it. Coach Warner congratulating him for getting a stop. Coach Warner's got to be thinking as much trying to get something going here as he is trying to keep his team together,
Yeah, he's got to just figure out something to get some momentum, or at least break up their momentum. I guess you can't say crush their momentum because, holy cow, they've just dominated the first quarter of play because Hilldale hasn't got past their 30-yard line.
No. This Hilldale Hornet crowd, you can see they're on edge. They want a reason to get into this game. Oh,
Gonna field it at the 1-yard line, and here comes
Hembry.
I couldn't make out the number. Thank you. Whoa!
There it is.
He laid the hit right there, and that maybe that'll wake up that Hornet offense.
Well, young fella, man, I know you just laid the wood there, but when you're down 16-0, you don't start jawing now. 13 was on the business end of that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he took out a couple kids, 13 and 14. That was
Chandler Fleming 13.
And Devin Colbert. Yeah. So maybe that'll shake some life into this Hornet offense.
It woke the crowd up, that's for sure.
So 21.1 seconds left in this first quarter. And let's see what the Hornets can do. Neighbors, your quarterback. Hembry in the backfield with him.
Running on a substitute.
I believe that was Caden Hobson, either equipment or blood. Hembry in the backfield, 4 wide receivers, 2 up top, 2 on the bottom. He's going to hand it off to Hembry. Hembry's got a hole.
Nice hole.
Straight up the gut. Look at him go, and he's going to stretch it out to the 46-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 45, Brian, but what a great little lead play. Shifted to his left and had an opening.
Yep. Good job by the left side of the offensive line there. He took that little crease. They created a little crease in their blocking.
Quick snap. This time Neighbors is going to take it straight up the gut, and he gets walloped after about a 1-yard gain. That will end our first quarter of play with the Broken Bow Savages, number 6 in the state, 16, and the number 9 Hilldale Hornets 0. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community
You know, next
first.
week when we go
We are
to
owned and operated
Tahlequah,
right here in eastern Oklahoma. We live
once I get up there in the press
we
box,
proudly
I'm not
connect
coming
you to your
down.
family, friends, and
I've never
business
been
partners
over there.
wherever they are.
Doc
Dallas,
Wadley.
Seattle,
Oh, yeah,
Taipei,
yeah.
Toronto,
They-
and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back to Hornet Field, and not the way the Hornets won the first quarter to go, but they've got a little bit of momentum here. First time they've crossed the 30-yard line, and now they're knocking on door at midfield, Brian.
Yeah, two big runs by Hembry. First the kick return, and then that little 20-yard scamper he had.
And four wide receivers going to hand it off to
No, he
Hembry.
kept it.
Oh, he did keep it?
Yep.
Faked it to Hembry.
They're right at the 50 now. Now we got a third down and manageable. I know we talked about this last week with Roland staying ahead of the chains, but it's important for Hilldale because Broken Bow's coming downhill, man.
It brings up a third and, boy, about a 5.5, but it is very important for Hilldale to get a little momentum and get something in the second quarter. So spotted on the 49-yard line.
I'd like to see
Neighbors,
like a
quarterback.
little screen here or something.
Hands off to Hembry up the middle. Hembry's going to be tripped up and will fall for about a 2-yard gain. This will bring up a 4th down and 4. Punt team will come out.
Yeah, I think that's smart right there. If nothing else, you're changing the field position.
Flipping the field, trying to play some smart ball.
Because Broken Bow's had short fields all night. 2 of their drives have started in Hilldale territory.
High snap.
Oh,
And, whoa, nearly blocked. What a great job by the punter to get it away. And going to be fair catch, or fair caught, excuse me, at the 17-yard line.
yep. He called that fair catch early, too. Man, that was a nice putt under duress because I thought that they were going to get it, and if they didn't, I didn't think he had that in him. But, man, he got a nice punt off.
Well, the last punt, I thought they were going to get to him, and, so far every time Hilldale has punted, he's had pressure.
Yep.
So kudos to the young man,
Peyton Bennett.
Peyton Bennett, a junior.
I think he had like a 50-yard field goal last week or the week before.
I think against Chakotay, I think he had like a 48. So it's possible. He's got a good leg. Owen's your quarterback for Broken Bow. First pass is going to be a little, kind of a little flip screen.
Yep.
No, not his first pass, excuse me. His second pass.
Yeah, the first pass went for a touchdown.
Went for a touchdown, right?
Well, we're marking off a penalty. We missed something. I don't even see a penalty on the field.
Let's see what he's going to call here.
They had to call holding or illegal formation because it's just a 5-yard mark off.
Nathaniel McKinney is our head umpire. Owens looking for the call. 3 wide receivers to the short side of the field.
There's a lot of brand new turf over here to the wide side.
And in the backfield with him is Pancho Valdez. Nope, that was not Pancho Valdez. That was that Clay Sanders?
I wasn't able to catch it.
23, J.R. Crane.
So big third down right here, or second down, 2nd and 12. Hilldale's crowd's trying to get behind the Hornet defenders.
Owens is going to keep it and going to be
There
wrapped
we
up
go.
in the backfield. So good defensive stand by the Hornets.
Yep. Well, now we got a 3rd down and 10.
I guess I got it down ahead of us.
.32 got in there off that edge and just grabbed his ankle and just held on and waited for his buddies to show up.
Well, at this point, that's what you have to do is just grab onto something because Owens is a slippery guy and slipped out of a couple of tackles. So this brings up 3rd and 11 for the Savages, and they are at their own 16-yard line. Owens is going to throw deep. He's got a man, and that boy, he just kind of ran over the defender. I know the crowd wants a pass interference, but it does you no good.
Both of them were looking up.
Yeah.
You know, the receiver created that contact. It was good defense. Now the Hornets finally they flipped the field position, and now they're probably going to get their best starting field position all night long.
Right. So this will be the first punt for the Broken Bow Savages.
Dylan Walker back deep for the punt. Oh, line drive kick.
Oh, he had it and dropped it, trying to field it, trying to get away, and he can't get anywhere. Probably if he could have got a better handle on it to begin with, but at least he recovered it and kept it in the Hornets' hands.
Yeah, those are those type of punts that returners dream of. They're line drive, so you know it's going to outkick the coverage. So you're going to have a little bit of time, and I think he took his eyes off the ball just for a second. It cost him. It's still their best starting field possession.
Ball rests on the 38-yard line, and 8 minutes and 43 seconds to go in this quarter. The Hornets have shown some offensive life this quarter, but not able to put any points on the board yet. Neighbors still your quarterback. Hembry, you're back in the backfield. It's going to be hand off to Hembry. Hembry will get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Slammed down hard on the ground, slow to get up there. That was not Hembry. Excuse me, that was number 5. Neighbors.
Quarterback. Yep.
Quarterback. How did I miss that?
I'm telling you, those red numbers on those black uniforms are hard to read. Oh, he's limping. Hilldale's got to find something to loosen those linebackers up. I mean, look at them. They're 4 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Neighbors back to pass, throws it deep. He's got a wide receiver. Oh, no, picked off at the 45 and picked off by Owens, the quarterback, playing safety for the Savages. And he had 2 men wide open, what looked like open.
Yeah, there was one defender back there and 2 receivers. If he would have thrown it further to the outside, Hilldale's celebrating a touchdown right now with 33, Dylan Walker in the end zone.
Well, it's almost like Neighbors threw to an area versus throwing to the player.
Yeah. He's coming off with that limp now. Neighbors is off, and 81 for Hilldale is on the field. Chance Johnson, Jr. Oh, and look at they've got their backup quarterback in. Oh, we better protect that ball.
And I'll tell you what, he's got some.
Yeah, he looks like a different type of athlete.
Brian Garrett
Yep.
is who the quarterback is now for the Broken Bow Savages.
I wonder if was he dinged up on the interception return, or is he just tired?
I think he was sure looking gassed earlier, so maybe maybe they're just going to give him a breather. Long pass, and nobody there in the end zone to pull that one down.
Was it intended for number 3 there.
That was Whitefield.
Yep. He's got an arm, man. That he threw that ball 40, right at 35 yards.
Well, yeah,
And it was a flick of his wrist.
He dropped back to the 40. Yeah, so that was 40 yards in the air. So.
I mean, he just flicked it out there. It wasn't. He
Yeah,
didn't have to wind up.
Now Owens comes back in. Maybe he's the better passer of the two, and Owens has the legs.
Yeah.
So this brings up 3rd and 10. The ball is on the Hornets' 38-yard line. Owens is going to keep it, and how they didn't call a holding on that one, I'm unsure. And
Yeah.
Owens still goes, just dances through people.
54 was getting held there from Hilldale. I don't know how the referees missed that.
And that will bring up a 9. They're going to call it a 9-yard gain. So 4th and 1.
And they switched quarterbacks again.
They switch quarterbacks again. Quarterback keeper, and he should have the first down. Ball's out on the ground, and nope, they say
He was down.
forward progress.
Where are they spotting that at? And that's going to be close with
Boy,
that
that is
spot.
close on that spot. Yes, sir. We can look at it on the camera right here. Brian, if you look on the camera, he doesn't have it.
No, he sure doesn't. He didn't get up there in that hole with any sort of desire, did he?
No, maybe I thought he got a better push than what he did, but I don't think he just got up in there. I wonder why they switched quarterbacks, though. That was
I think their starter's tired. I mean, he's got to have 10, 12 carries now.
And they did not get it. You can see it. It's almost the length of the football.
Yep. So that's 2 consecutive stops for the Hornets on defense.
So defensively, the Hornets make a stop. Defensively, they've only allowed, 9 points?
Yep. Coach Warner's got his offense huddled around him right now, maybe trying to light a spark. Hey, it's flea flicker time.
You're always calling for that flea flicker.
Buddy, it's the best play that's never gets run.
So keep an eye on Neighbors. He came off limping earlier. Neighbors, your quarterback, number 5, takes the snaps, going to hand off to Hembry. Hembry's got a nice gap, and that was probably a smart move to go down before he got tattooed.
Yeah, man, when that was blocked better than a 3 or 4 yard gain, I think. I mean, when I first looked up, and the hole was huge.
Hole was big. I thought he was going to step out of those arm tackles.
Yeah. Those linebackers are tough for Broken Bow, man. Those are different arms.
Wholesale changes for the Hornets once again. Looks like they've kind of gone to a little bit smaller lineup. Sounds like a basketball term, but
they're trying to find something. And then they take a timeout.
Yeah, Coach Warner called a timeout. He didn't like the set they had against the defense. So that'll bring up 2nd and 7 with 5 minutes and 32 seconds left in the game, or in the half. Okay.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back, and this time Neighbors calls his own number, and he will pick up about 4 yards.
That's quarterback lead. That's really been their most consistently good play all night long. Just loading up, full house backfield, and him just diving in there, you know.
That will bring up a 3rd and long 2. I know we see that a lot, but, man, your quarterback takes so much punishment.
Football's just changed so much now, man. Coaches used to fret anytime their quarterback broke the pocket. Now it's part of the offense.
Hands off to Hembry to the left. Hembry's got a hold and looking to get the first down. He does, and he's down the sideline, going to be pushed out of bounds. So Hembry picks up the first down and about 6 more yards.
And for the first time all night, we saw Broken Bow miss some tackles. Because I think that they had him stopped for a 1, maybe 2-yard gain.
So Devin Hembry around the left side picks up the first down. We'll move the ball to the 40-yard line of the Hornets.
I think that's only their 2nd, maybe 3rd first down all night long.
I believe you're correct on that.
Ever since that interception, I mean, they were playing pretty aggressive. The safeties were getting into the box. Man, they are not respecting
Empty
the
backfield.
passing.
Hembry motion back in. Fake to Hembry.
Oh, he's wide open.
Wide open downfield and underthrows the wide receiver. Oh, goodness gracious. What a great play call. But underthrew. That's your young man, Dylan Walker, right there.
I think Neighbors, his clock is sped up a little bit with all the hits he's taken and stuff. I think he had time to step, plant his foot, and just really turn that one loose. And he kind of threw it on the run and underthrew him.
I'd love to see the replay because I think he actually had time to square up and lead him downfield. But this brings up 2nd and 10. Good play call, just didn't get it executed. Hands off to Hembry. Hembry looking for something around the left and going to be swallowed up.
Yeah, that was the same play they ran to get that first down where he was able to break it outside a little bit. But they did a good job. The corners on that side did a good job of standing them up. .74 for Hilldale, didn't get any push. He had pulled out there to lead him. And here we are, 3rd and 10.
Neighbors looking downfield. He's got a man. He's got a step. And, Brian, I think you're right. I think he's just off just a tick.
Yeah.
Overthrew him about 5 yards.
And he locked in on Romine there. The safety came over the top. If he had come back to the backside on that, I think he had I don't know if it was Walker or the slot back coming wide open underneath that safety. Bennett gets off a solid punt. Yep. Rolls out about the 28, 29. That rugby-style punt, man, he rolled our way and kicked it all the way back across the field. It went out of bounds on the visitor side. Let's see if Hilldale can stand firm one more time here. 3:30 left.
3 minutes, 37 seconds before halftime. Owens is your quarterback once again for the Broken Bow Savages. Nice camera work down there. Owens is going to hand it off to Green. Green, oh my goodness.
That was Neighbors there on the tackle.
So, well, I said it was Green, and that was a Crane. Excuse me. That kid's a load right there.
Yeah, man.
8-yard run brings up 2nd and 2.
They ran that little just behind the right guard. Got a bunch formation on.
Bunch formation to the left, and Owens is going to keep it. No one touches him. I don't think they're going to catch him. Got one man to beat, and that's Hembry. And Hembry will pull him down by his socks at about the 8-yard line. Man, watch this run right here on the replay. He literally pulled him down by his sock.
That kid's stronger than he looks.
Yeah.
Boy, he's gassed right now. Look at him though.
Yeah. Well, he looked gassed on the second play of the first quarter.
Yeah.
So maybe this is his normal temperament right here. So a nice little 40-yard scamper there.
He's stronger than he looks because Hembry's a big kid, and once Hembry got on him, he still got 2 or 3 more yards and then fell forward. So for a quarterback, he doesn't look like he's all that strong, but what do they call that, country strong?
Country strong, right. Well, they've got the big kid Crane in, their big running back number 23. So I would expect him to be getting the ball. Heavy formation to the left. Hand off to Crane, straight up the middle, and going to be drugged down at the 2-yard line. So, yeah, okay, we're going to call. No, it's closer to the 2 than the 3.
Yeah.
Nice shot there on the sideline.
I think you'll be able to see from this angle just to kind of push that Broken Bow gets off at the snap.
Owens keeps it. Going to roll to his right. Tries to snake his way in there. Can't do it. And almost back to the line of scrimmage. No, they're going to give him maybe a foot or 2.
Yeah. And again, Hilldale had him in the backfield. They got to finish that. And Dylan, or 32 there, was getting held. It doesn't help when the refs aren't throwing the flag.
It certainly doesn't help, but you can't make it an excuse.
Nope.
3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. 1:38 and counting on the score clock.
Thought we were in Oxford, Mississippi there for a second. Heard the cowbells.
Right. Owens is going to hand it off to Crane, and
he rolls into the end zone.
a big running back just kind of tiptoes in, and another touchdown for the visiting Savages.
Coach Warner's going to have his work cut out for him at halftime because Broken Bow's getting the ball coming out of halftime.
You know, there for a while, we really thought the Hornet defense was stepping up and kind of, bowing up it a little bit. They're going to blow this conversion dead.
Legal procedure on the Savages. Now they're gonna bring out the kicker this time.
And kick is up and is good. Is Gouda.
So 23-0 Broken Bow here.
23-0 the visiting Savages, which is about a 4-hour ride on that yellow dog, maybe even a little bit longer.
I tell you, man, word's going to start getting around that when we're in town, it's a blowout.
Well, and I don't understand. It's to kind of recap, you had the bad snap on the very first possession for Hilldale. First, you had a couple penalties to back them up.
They'd start off the game with a little bootleg sack.
Right. Bad snap and rolls into the end zone. Here's the interception right here.
He was forcing the ball on him.
Yeah, he just Neighbors looks off.
Yeah.
Kind of a long pooch kick there. It's going to be fielded at the 25. Going to be taken up to the 37-yard line.
26 or 28.
But you had the bad snap on the punt, and then you had a couple penalties. And then, you missed a couple of tackles. And before you knew it, it was 16-0.
Yep.
And your team hasn't even broke the midfield yet.
No, they sure haven't. Well, Hembry got them across, and then the next play they lost.
Right.
So they've been across once. But your point stands.
4 wide receivers, 2 top, 2 bottom. Hembry in the backfield with Neighbors. Neighbors is going to take snaps, looking and flip screen to Walker. Walker will pick up maybe a yard. Just wasn't a whole lot of room to run there.
No, they ran that to the short side of the field.
Hornets looking for the play to come in. There's the man who caught the last pass, Walker, number 33, sophomore. Again, a 4 wide receiver set, 2 top, 2 bottom. Neighbors in the backfield with Hembry. Hembry set to his left, and play will be blown dead. Official timeout, they say. And looks like an equipment issue with, that is their right tackle, Caleb Butler. Going in for Butler is number 54.
Looks like he had some blood.
Is Gabe Branston, sophomore, is going to go in for Butler.
Well, there's a huge size difference right there.
And he has to line up against that big 55, Stephen Young. I tell you what, I've been very impressed with the defensive ends for Broken Bow. This time, handoff to Hembry. Hembry is swallowed up by a whole host of white jerseys.
I can see. I mean, we're being maybe perceived as being a little bit rough on Hilldale, but I mean, Broken Bow's defense, 3 straight shutouts, man, and now they're 3.5.
They're pitching the shutout so far, and yeah, that's the thing. We're not trying to be ugly on Hilldale, but we've seen them play and seen them play much better.
Yeah.
Neighbors is going to keep it. He's got some room to run. He's down the middle of the field. He's at the 50 to 45. He's going to be drugged down at the 43-yard line. So 6.6 seconds, and I would expect Hilldale to take a timeout here.
They did.
And they will take a timeout and maybe try to get a shot downfield. So that was probably the most explosive I've seen Neighbors run.
Yeah, it was 3rd and medium. And Broken Bow was in a prevent.
Well, it even kind of lulled us into a sense of.
And it was really like a quarterback counter trey. They pulled a whole bunch of folks on that.
So this will be 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line is where they mark it.
Their deepest foray into Savage territory tonight. And it comes with 6.6 seconds left in the second quarter.
6.6 seconds. Neighbors calls for the snap, backs up, quickly throws, and it's, oh my goodness, it was batted straight up in the air. Oh, wow.
Nice
what
play.
A touchdown-saving tackle by Neighbors after it was picked off by Clay Sanders.
He's shaken up.
So a batted ball tipped straight up in the air, was trying to hit Romine out on the flat.
Yeah, they were trying to set up the hook and ladder. Roman was going to pitch it to Hembry.
And picked off by Sanders. And Neighbors able to save the touchdown at the 3-yard line. And more than likely caught a cleat right in the gut. Wow. So quite a turn of events there. I would not want to be a fly on the Hornets wall right now.
No. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for Demi. I don't know if Coach Warner's going to be in any talking mood, because we just saw the Hilldale coaches walk out of the press box and they were almost at a sprint.
They're not very chipper right now, so
No.
we'll see if Demi can corral Coach Warner before he goes in. And it looks like she's going to have Coach Ring from Broken Bow talk to him real quick.
Ready? All right, I'm Demi Smith, and I'm down here with Coach Ring from Broken Bow Savages, and they're leading right now. Coach, what did you do to prepare your team for this game?
It's a big game.
What are you going to tell your team in the locker room at halftime? All right, Coach, thank you for your time. All right, good luck. All right, and back to you in the trailer.
Back to us up here in the booth. Brian, what do you tell your team going into halftime if you're the Hornets?
One play at a time, man. No 23-point plays in the playbook. One play at a time. Good or bad, you got to move on to the next one, and you just got to keep.
People walk in front of my shots.
We'll get back up on the back.
Heritage Hall.
This ain't going to be good. Yeah.
Too late. It's too close to game time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, him being pissed makes good TV, but. Yeah. It's just the game's about to start. It's 23 seconds, son. Trailer, big call. Roger, Roger.
Welcome back to Muskogee, Oklahoma, Hilldale Hornets field. And the Hornets, hometown Hornets, are down 23-0.
The body language coming out of halftime was stark. Broken Bow came out of the locker room running, or at least at a jog, and Hilldale just kind of sauntered out like they were the ones up 23-0.
And a long pooch kick. It was fielded by number 3, Whitefield. Whitefield still going. Just can't get him down. And
It's the same thing, man. Coming straight out of halftime. I know Coach Warner I know we're early, but it has to be discouraging.
Most definitely. You're coming.
Reed's hurt, man. Whitfield this doesn't look good. He can't put any weight on it.
He hops off there. Yeah, coming. Your former ball club, and you have a goose egg on the scoreboard.
In a game that was billed to be. I think we both felt that Broken Bow was the better club, but not 23 points at halftime.
No, I didn't think that at all. No. Your tailback will stay Cody Green, and quarterback is number 1 Quentin Owens for the Savages.
Neighbors is back out there at one of the safety spots for Hilldale, so he must however he got hurt there at the end of the first half, he must be okay now.
Owens takes snaps, going to hand off to Green. No, Owens keeps it straight up the gut, and he's got room to run. Man, he is I tell you what, you called it right early in the first half. He is
deceptively strong.
That was the word I was looking for. Deceptively strong. He's a lot stronger than what he looks.
Of course, from up here, they all kind of look little.
So that's a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
Has the first man brought him down at all tonight?
Well, I don't think so.
Yeah. Maybe Walker on that when they tried the 2-point conversion.
Green flip sides. Little counter tray right there. Whoa, look at all the room Green's got on the left side. Look at him go. Bounces back to the inside. Bounces again. And I don't think he's going to be caught. Yes, he will be hogtied. Ball's loose, but he grabs it back at the 6-yard line. And Hilldale says they got it, but I don't think they do. I think Green held on to the ball. Here's the replay right here.
Hembry hustling and ripped the ball out. And it's just one of those nights.
Nope, Hembry has the ball.
Yeah. I think what they called was the initial possession. If about 4 or 5 more Hornets would have jumped on top of that, I think Hilldale would have been awarded the ball. Because Hembry definitely came out with it, but Green jumped on it initially. It just bounced. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Off of Hembry's foot, right to him.
Hembry clearly has the ball there, but they give it back to Broken Bow. Broken Bow has the ball, 1st and goal. Inside the 10, is going to hand it off to Crane. Going to be brought down at about the, the 7.
Looks like they got him spotted at the 8 right now. Boy, Broken Bow can get you so many ways, man. This kid's a load once you get inside the 10, and then they got all those slippery skill position guys. It's tough on the defense, man.
Crane to the left of Owens. Owens is just going to be a quarterback sweep. He's going to follow Crane, cuts back to his right. Going to be drugged down at the 5.
Well, that was a patient run, man. He just running parallel along the line of scrimmage looking for a hole to get into.
That
3rd down and goal from about the 6.
3rd and called the 5 and a quarter there.
Hilldale's home team, the fans are bringing the noise, trying to help his defense out.
That by Owen, or Owen 6 cents going to hand off to Crane. Crane, very little room to run.
Hilldale's defense they've missed some tackles, but they haven't played that bad. And I know one of their key players, the coach's son, Jaden McWilliams, had appendicitis a couple weeks ago, so he's been out. He's a good athlete. I think he started at linebacker and then maybe on the line on the offensive line.
So Broken Bow will line up for a field goal, and this will be a 21-yard field goal, and it goes through, and they'll push the score up to 26-0.
Coach Warner's got to be he's got to be thinking that we've got to get past moral victories, like a field goal there. Why not stop them so they can't kick a field goal? He's as much cheerleader right now as he is coach.
Yeah, he's really got to get these guys pumped up, and yeah, I mean that's tough. But you know, at least they settled for a field goal right there. It's another one of those bend but don't break, but still you're giving up points. And
give it up to Hembry, the second effort. He got juked initially, and his hustle play got down there and almost caused a turnover, and ended up saving, 4 points. See what kind of halftime adjustments they made the Hilldale offense. We got them like 3, maybe 4 first downs total.
Right, and that was all kind of in the second quarter right there. I would, I still think if they could put a score in at any point here, then it will be a ball game.
That's going out of bounds.
Out of bounds. So they'll get good field position off of that.
Let's go. You're fresh out of the locker room, Hilldale. Those linemen, let them screw their cleats in. Let's get some push going on that front. Hey, and before I forget, I want to send a congratulations out to my guy, David Gomez, for being named Hilldale Lower Elementary Student of the month.
Very nice.
Good job, David.
You get a fan base now?
I'm his fan.
Okay. Neighbors in the backfield, takes a snap, and will fake it to Hembry. Throws it straight across the middle, and a little bit too far out in front of Walker. Walker can't pull the catch in. That was a bullet. Hembry Neighbors had some smoke on that one.
Yeah. He just let his. You mentioned it earlier about his touch being off. I don't think he needed to rifle that ball as hard as he did. A little touch lead Dylan out to this boundary, and he may be still running.
Neighbors takes snap, hands off to Hembry. Hembry's got a hole up to the right side, and drugged down literally by his socks. And he was pulled down by number 15, Dawson Jackson, linebacker for the Savages.
And now we're going to have 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7.
Yeah, closer to kind of right in between, a long 7. You know, the Hornets haven't passed the ball much. 2 interceptions, so he's completed more to the Savages than he has the black jersey. Rolls out to his left and picked off again. Holy cow, this picked off by Fields.
He's having himself a ball game now.
And that's Fields' 2nd interception of the game.
And he recovered, didn't he? Isn't he the one that recovered it in the end zone?
Yes, you're correct.
You know, I'm not the most knowledgeable of football guys, but I always hate the bootleg actions, especially like they ran that to the short side of the field. So you're taking half the field out of play. The defense doesn't have to cover half of your guys, and so you got all those defenders in one area, and you've got an injured Hornet down.
So Fields 2 interceptions on the night, and down is Cade Romine. And I think that will be a huge blow defensively if he goes down for the Hornets, because that's your safety. Well, let's hope it's just cramps. They're massaging those calves.
Coach Warner out there talking to his player. That's good to see.
You know, and what's good to see is right there in the background, all these kids taking knees. Even though you're going to go head-to-head and you don't like each other on that play, at least there's respect enough. They want him back in the game, you know.
Yeah, nobody wants to see anybody get injured. Yeah, he's got both calves going cramping. Dr. Weaver down there working on him.
You know, and he has those. Looks like he has the the sleeves.
Yeah. Who knows what? They may just be for decoration. Kids these days wear so much just for decoration.
So Cade Romine is back up and walking back towards the sideline.
I'll tell you what, Eric, you look good with Dr. Weaver's hair there.
You know, I think I look better without hair, but thanks.
I don't know, man.
You know,
Terry, if you're out there, let us know what you think.
Yeah, Dr. Weaver, he's got a unique look there, but he's one of those runners.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He runs. I see him running all the time.
Oh, here we go again. The Hilldale defense got to find a way to get a stop.
Find a way to get a stop. Maybe force a turnover. Quentin Jones there, quarterback for the Quentin Owens. Quentin Owens, quarterback for the Savages. Next to him is number 20, Cody Green, had the nice run, nearly scored a while ago. Snap, Owens looks deep, going to flip it out to Green, and that's that same route they got him earlier, just a little wheel route out of the backfield. No one picks him up.
A little jet action motion with the number 3, which we'd be remiss if we didn't mention he's back in the game. Whitfield is back in the game. So whatever was wrong with him, he's gotten over. And he's got an unusual throwing motion.
So 4 wide receiver set, single man in the backfield. That's Green next to Owens. Owens calls motion. Same thing. This time Owens is going to call his own number, and he will waltz into the end zone untouched.
We got another Hornet on the field.
So that score by Owens will push it up to 32-0. And checking on my iPhone 8 here on Squirtle, Tahlequah is up 14-7. They just scored with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Beating Skytook, are they?
Beating Skytook at
At
Skytook. And Skytook was ranked, I believe, 5th in Class 5A.
We have Tahlequah next week.
Tahlequah Collinsville will be should be a barn burner.
I don't know if we'll be able to see it from how high we'll have to sit over there at NSU.
Dr. Wadley Stadium will take a helicopter up there.
I'll bring my binoculars.
Most definitely. So we will be in Tahlequah next week for the Tahlequah Collinsville game, and we'll have Tahlequah coach Brad Gilbert on Monday or on next week for the Blitz. The Blitz usually releases on Tuesday. So keep an eye out for that. And then we'll have a recap on this game also, and highlights from this game, from the Tahlequah game, and from the Idabel Tulsa-Webster game. Well, that was a heck of a drive, too. Idabel to Tulsa.
Coaches don't mind driving that if there's something on the end of it, but I got a feeling that's probably not a very competitive game.
No, it's boy, I just don't understand. There's a lot of talent up there, and they just can't seem to get it all together.
They're really, really talented. They end up at Broken Arrow or Queens.
Right.
Even Sand Springs now.
Boy, Savages have the little
they're rolling.
The chugging motion, right? And that's what they are, man. They are like a freight train coming at you.
This defense is something else, man.
You know, they're not flashy. They just do it right.
Yeah, it's fundamentally sound. They're not chasing ghosts. They're very disciplined.
They probably got more cheerleaders on Palm Squad than most 4A teams have players.
And they've got a kicker that can.
And they have a kicker.
Yeah, I bet you. We don't have class on him, but I'd be willing to bet he's going to get a look at a small college somewhere as a kicker.
Right.
And look, man, it's 33-0 in Broken Bow. They've got their first team defense out there, and there's still no nonsense about it. I mean, 55's out there just pacing. Reminds me of John Randall back in the day, big defensive tackle for the Vikings.
Yeah, Minnesota, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's just pacing.
Yeah, he just wants to attack.
And that's been the difference.
It really has been body language.
Yeah.
Neighbors takes the snaps, going to hand it off up the middle to that was to Barrett, I believe. No. That was 32. Excuse me. That was Darren Hayes. And Hayes, no gain on the play.
Well, like Mike Tyson once said, man, Hilldale had a really good plan until they got punched in the mouth.
I think you're onto something there because, boy, after that fumbled punt, it went downhill. And Neighbors back to pass, looking over, and
another batted ball.
Man, and look at this. There are 4 white jerseys right there by that one receiver. So they have got Hilldale's offense read like a book.
And they don't have Hembreys out of the game right now. I see him down here. He's cramping too.
This will bring up a 3rd and 10. And, you know, I know Coach Warner didn't want to get into a passing game. Trips to the top of the field, to the wide side. Neighbors got all kinds of room in the pocket, and, boy, he just
He had 13 streaking up. I think 13's Hunter Parsons, and he ran a double move on this near sideline. You watch him. He comes open. No, they won't show it.
Yeah, I just think I don't think Neighbors is right there. I think he's got something. He's off a tick. This brings up 4th down. I honestly, and I don't know for sure, but I honestly think, Brian, I think one of those early hits, I think he's just off his game a little bit.
Yeah. It's
I mean, his decision making is just not like what it was the previous 2 games or 3 games I've seen.
and you almost start to worry about letting one loss beat you twice. You know, maybe I don't know what their backup situation looks like, but maybe get a younger guy in, get some reps. Let Neighbors see it from a different vantage point.
Right.
Because right now the game's definitely moving too fast for him.
Yeah, it's he's just off. But nice punt by Peyton Bennett. You know, that's one consistent they've had, and Bennett's had all kinds of pressure in his face the whole game.
Yeah. This isn't the homecoming that they had in mind.
No, and I'm sure they expected some more emotion on that. So Owen's your quarterback, and he's got the big running back Crane in the backfield with him. 3 wide receivers up top, tight end on the bottom. Crane is set to the right of Owens. Owens barks out signals. Snap, going to fake to Crane. Throws it up deep. He's got a man wide open. Holy cow. That was number 15, Dawson Jackson.
Beat him on the double move, man.
And
just a fade route, a simple fade route. I'm faster than you. I'm just going.
Yeah. And Dawson Jackson just easy catch over the shoulder. Well, not an easy catch. Catch over the shoulder, and he's off to the races.
Beat number 7 there from Hilldale, Dayton Field.
And it was just a go.
Yep.
It wasn't even a double move. It was just a flat go, and beats Dayton Field. Field just got caught looking in the backfield.
Yep. You can't hardly blame him though, because they've had their hands full with that quarterback all night long.
Green trying to get the 2-point conversion, doesn't get it. But that's a lot of damage done right there. 39-0.
Yep. They who does Broken Bow have next week?
Well, we will check it out on my new iPhone 8 here on Squirtle. And we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
In Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because we live where you live. Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Just an update here on our partner Squirtle. Tahlequah beats Skytook 14-7. Little mild upset there.
Tahlequah's got it rolling, man.
Next week,
that'll be a good game with Collinsville.
That will be a good game next week. Next week, Broken Bow has Stillwell, and then Tulsa Central, Poto, Salisal, and then they end the year with Fort Gibson.
That Broken Bow Poto game is going to be a war.
That should be a heck of a game.
You know, there's going to be a lot of looking in the mirror for Hilldale, I think, over the next 24, 36 hours.
Yeah.
First-year coach, you know, and I mean, they beat this team last year 21-6 just in a year. And look, if you haven't watched it, Broken Bow is clearly a better squad.
Timeout on the field by the Hornets. They're going to have to talk about, and that adds on to the frustration for Coach Warner. You come out, you come out for your possession, and you have to take a timeout immediately.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Summer is in motion.
Yankee
and you don't
99er.
want to miss a moment of it. With Bravado
Have a great
Wireless,
commercial if
get
you want
unlimited
to.
talk, text, and data.
Have
at
a
prices you
good
can
commercial if you would like.
This summer, go bold. Go outside.
These pretzels are making me
We are
thirsty.
Bravado Wireless,
These
and we
pretzels.
believe in the power of connection.
And we are back to action out of the timeout. Neighbors still your quarterback, 2 men in the backfield. Going to hand it
a
off.
nice hole.
and
That's the
nice
biggest hole they've had all night long.
It is nice hole opened up for Hembry.
And as big as that hole was, he gets 8 yards out of it, you know?
And that's
And that's that starting quarterback making an open field tackle right there.
I think, and here we have a final Poto 43, Fort Gibson 6. Hands off to Hembry once again, straight up the middle.
Oh.
I tell you, they're doing some hit. What I was going to say before I get interrupted by my score here was the difference is the Savages, they tackle.
Yes.
No.
They don't tackle. They hit you.
They hit you.
Yes.
They hit you, and they wrap up, and they tackle. And it doesn't take 4 of them to bring. It takes one hit, and
you're falling backwards.
And you're falling backwards, and that's the difference. Is
Hilldale is almost. You get the feeling they're almost catching tackles.
Right. And Neighbors will keep it, and he'll be wrapped up for a very short gain. And that's the thing is you see a lot of solo tackles, and I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. It's just the Savages, very impressed with their defense.
Yes.
Very, very. And
it's nothing fancy. They haven't been blitzing. They've done nothing fancy. The down linemen have kept their linebackers clean, and they've been able to clean everything up for the most part.
It's not smoke. They don't do smoke and mirrors. It's we're going to hit you. This time, hand up the gut to Hayes.
There's our boy 55, man. I'm telling you, that's a guy with some bad intentions.
Right, and that's Stephen Young, and he sure showed up today. I mean,
you can pick. I mean, you want a defensive player of the game. You know, that 24 has had a nice night, but man, this defense is something else.
Neighbors takes the snap, it's going to fake it, it's going to keep it. Man, there's just nothing, not a hole there. There's nothing there but white jerseys.
No.
They are so quick to the ball. So basically a no gain, and that's going to bring up 4th down for the Hornets. Neighbors looks over to the sideline, wondering if they're going to get to go for it. So that brings up 4th and 5.
I think Coach Warner is
going to be a little bit of a riverboat gambler here.
Yep. But man, they just got one guy outside.
Well, they tried the hard count and tried to get Broken Bow to jump. They didn't do it. So they'll take a timeout and send out the punt team.
I'll tell you, if somebody's going to beat this Broken Bow defense, they're going to have to spread them out. I don't think that you're going to be able to beat them between the tackles.
The only way I think you could is you have to get someone on the second level to take out one of those linebackers.
Yeah, but man, those defensive linemen do a really good job of keeping those linemen covered, keeping those linebackers clean. I will say this, as much as we're giving a lot of props to the defense, Hilldale's had some guys running open. they just missed him.
And Neighbors has not been able to connect with him. Yes, you're correct. He had Walker wide open. Would have been a touchdown if he leads him.
Yeah.
And then he overthrows Romine, which would have been a nice long gain.
They're lining up to go for it again here.
They sure are, and they have that bunch formation. They shift back over.
Let's see if this is a bootleg. This is the same action they started the game out with. There it is.
And
You got to turn
Neighbors, boy, he's looking downfield, and frustration on some of the Hornets there.
That's the same play that they started the game off with. They might want to throw that one out of the playbook.
Yeah, Bryce.
I mean, he had a guy open, 22 standing wide open.
Brock Barrett standing wide open at the 38.
Yeah, I mean, it's a coin flip if he's going to end up getting the first down there because Broken Bow tackles so well.
Well, it turns the ball over, and now Broken Bow has the ball resting on the 33-yard line. First and 10, 3 wide receivers up top. Crane in the backfield with Owens. Set to Owens' right. Owens takes the snaps, going to roll to, and he's got a man wide open. Holy guacamole. And he trots into the end zone, and that was Tristan Polk.
It's almost like they came out of halftime, Broken Bow, and decided that they were going to work on their passing game.
You're not far from the truth. Because he did a little bit of a half rollout, and do we have a flag because everyone's walking back? We do have a flag on the opposite sideline.
And I know that Wagner's not in our coverage area, but for the first time in school history of Wagner, a lady by the name of Shelby Blair has a varsity extra point.
Really?
Yep. They've got a junior. She's a junior now. She plays soccer. And coach asked her to come out. And they were just kind of goofing around, and she went out. She made the team. She's been kicking JV all year, and now she's got a varsity one.
Nice. And going to hand off to Crane up on the right side. Different quarterback this time. That was Brian Garrett.
Did we catch what was the penalty?
It was a 5-yard penalty, so it had to have been a procedure penalty.
Yeah, procedure formation. Well, the guy that caught it came from the slot, so I wonder if somebody covered him up.
Yeah, it's a possibility, or not enough on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Hilldale band has showed up.
And fumble snap, falls on it, and that's Garrett, your quarterback for the Savages, has come in.
Eric, I have a question.
Fire away.
When are we going to get a good game?
Well, I thought this was going to be it. And next week, I hope it's next week as well.
Hilldale's coming with the blitz.
Wow, chunks it downfield and nearly got broke in half.
Yeah, they brought both ends, a linebacker stunt. They were selling out there.
And it looks like the punt team will come out for the Savages.
I think the defensive coordinator from Hilldale took a look at the scoreboard. It's 39-0 in the third quarter, and they're still throwing it. He's like, man, if you're going to throw it, he's going to have to wear it.
Right. Low snap, flag on the play. Ball will bounce into the end zone.
That thing bounced on the half-yard line. There's a flag over here.
Flag on about the 38. Oh, and it's going to be against Hilldale.
I think it was post-punt. I think they got one of the I think they were holding one of the gunners. They hadn't had to punt much tonight. I wonder if you line back up and take another punt.
Well, I mean, or if you get closer,
Yeah.
do you not try to get for a field goal?
That kid's got a nice leg.
I mean, if you get it in the end zone, you get it back at the 20, or they get it at the 20.
Oh, they.
All right, I'm confused here. What's going on?
I think it looks like we've got both defenses out here. I don't think they know for sure what's going on.
Yeah, I'm a little lost here.
That's not a new feeling for you, am I right?
No, sir. No, sir. You're correct. All right, offense looks like they're coming back out for the Savages.
So now it went from 4th and 15 to 4th and 10. It looks like they're going to take a shot at this.
They are going to take a shot. Garrett is your quarterback for the Savages. Ryan Garrett. And he's just going to heave it downfield, and
Embry on the coverage there.
Incomplete. Embry just was kind of in the right place.
Yeah. He never even thought the ball was coming.
So the Hornets will take over 1st and 10. The ball will be on the 33-yard line. Neighbors will stay your quarterback. Your running back is Hayes. It looks like Hayes and Barrett.
55, our man Young is still in there, man. Broken Bow doesn't want to give up a cheap touchdown, break that scoreless streak.
One-man route and just out of the reach of Hunter Parsons.
Yeah, they're Broken Bow, their coaches. This is going to be one of those games where they win pretty convincingly, but they're still going to be just enough to get on your players about, hey, we got to clean this up because he was wide open.
He was wide open. That was just a one-man route. You don't see too many of those.
Not anymore, you don't. So now we're in 2nd and 10 again.
2nd and 10. Neighbors is going to keep it, nowhere to run. 4 white jerseys just swallow him up, and the first man back there was 44, Ryan Blank.
I know you want to work on stuff, but, man, you got to start thinking about next week and get that quarterback out of there. He's taking some shots, man.
Brings up 3rd and 11, and it seems like that's been the theme all night is the Hornets are in 3rd and long.
Oh,
same play as once again. Parsons open downfield. Nice catch, and it's going to be drugged down at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, number 7 on the coverage. It was a different corner this time, and the same result.
Britt McKinney, one-man route, and I guess the coach said, hey, it was open 2 plays ago. Let's try it again.
Yeah.
That's one of those PlayStation moves.
If they could have hit one of those earlier in the game, we may have a different story.
Right.
I mean, something's got to start backing Broken Bow. Man.
And that's been kind of the theme. You move 2 steps forward and 3 steps back.
Yep. The last time that they got into Broken Bow territory, they took a loss right off the bat.
Right. Like they're almost afraid of success here. 39-0 going into the 4th quarter. And just not the game that we thought we were going to have.
We got the Bravado shirts being launched into the stands.
Could be, yeah. I know we got some footballs down there to throw out also.
Oh, they had a misfire there.
Uh-oh. So some scores in our coverage area. Fort Gibson gets beat by Poto 43-6.
Dakota win.
We're going to pull that up right now. We're on Squirtle. And let's see here. Idabel, wow. Idabel beat Tulsa Daniel Webster 70-12. Sweep and no go there. Goodness gracious.
So they get in, they hit a long play, and now they've gone backwards 2 straight plays.
It looks like Shakota beat Okmulgee, or it's at Okmulgee, at halftime, 49-6. Shakota at Okmulgee. And Stigler at halftime is 49, Roland 12.
Roland's struggling. I wonder if those that big tailback made it back.
I haven't heard back from the coach on what happened. Seminoles leading Lincoln Christian 31-17, and Hadaman couldn't connect over on the left, and
again, he had the intermediate route wide open.
this is not the Hornets' finest hour for sure. This brings up a 4th down once again, 4th and 14.
Yeah,
No,
14.
No, that's
20.
4th and 20 right there.
The home scoreboard is being kind there.
Right.
And we still got the starting Broken Bow defense here.
Neighbors hits him on the crossing route. Wow. And that was a hit right there. Oh, we've got the replay right here.
This is a form tackle right here. Was that the quarterback? It sure was, man.
Ooh. That is how you go through a player.
That's and folks, that is the starting quarterback he has to have over 100 yards rushing. That's the closest Hilldale came to tackling him all night.
Well, you're not wrong. And Garrett is your quarterback still, and he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield on a
Dylan Walker there on the stop.
sweep. Yeah, I kept hearing about this Dylan Walker kid. I've been very pleasantly surprised with him. Nice tackle.
And that's a kid that I can tell you from experience, he has absolutely no quit in him. He plays basketball with my son, and it doesn't matter if he's up 15, down 30. It's the same effort level. He's got no quit in him. And then, it's young guys like that Coach Warner is hoping to build around.
Right. And timeout being called on the field for Broken Bow. Coaches want to talk this over.
They're 54 to nothing, 39 to nothing, 57, 33, 48 over Muldrow.
When I saw those scores, I thought, wow, they're putting up a lot of numbers, but how are they shutting these people out? Are they just, is everyone just not playing well against them, or fumbling the ball, turning over deep in territory? And this is why right here. This defense, I'll tell you, the front seven are very tenacious. They're
talented too.
Very talented, and it's their corners. Their corners are the weakest part of their whole team. Garrett's going to throw it deep and almost
nice defense.
Almost a great catch, but some great defense.
Man, this Garrett's got a cannon. Third down here.
It is third and 15. Garrett in the backfield, quarterback. Going to take snaps, going to hand it off to Crane, and Crane is going to be gobbled up after about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, and that if he breaks that tackle, he's rumbling down the sidelines. He's easily got a first down. He's got an outside shot to get a touchdown.
So this will bring up a punting situation for the Savages. They've only had to do this a couple of times. They're probably not real familiar with it. Nice punt. It's going to be fielded at the 37. Flips 1 tackle, 2 tackles on the run, and Walker nearly bounces that one to the outside. If he had about another 4 yards, he had a chance there.
Yeah, 22 on the stop there for Broken Bow, Clay Sanders. Nice open field tackle.
Tell you what, though, Walker better tuck that ball a little bit tighter.
Yeah. Right now, you want to guard against people trying to just do too much. You know, yeah, we're getting hammered. You don't want fingers to be pointed. You got to stay together. Neighbors comes back out. Hembry's back out.
Have we seen Romine come back out? Is he at the top of the screen?
No, that's Carson.
All right. Neighbors is looking for someone, and he has
Embry,
and
they got
the flat, and he may have about 9 yards.
That was a little wheel route. Faked the handoff to him, and he came out. But it's just a difference in play design. Boy, our guy Young almost got a hand on that, didn't he?
Yep. I tell you what, and props to the Broken Bow defenders. He could have taken another step and just waxed Neighbors, and he didn't. Neighbors in the backfield with Hembry. Immediately he's going to throw short little slip screen, and that was to number
88. That's Ty.
That is Ty O'Neill.
He's a freshman.
So a 5-yard pass play brings up 2nd and 5.
If you didn't notice, 33 there, Dylan Walker had a nice block on that little slip screen.
Low snap, going to hand off to Hembry. Hembry's got some room and scampers down, still going. About a 14, 15-yard gain.
We got somebody threw a shoe. Number 81 down there for Hilldale. Chance Johnson.
Broken Bow's going to take a timeout and try to settle his defense down a little bit.
Those last two, 3 passes.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Hornet Field.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because
a woman that resembled your wife comes
Visit
through here.
BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
When we got married.
Right, I understand that. And we're back to Hornet Field. 39-0, the Broken Bow Savages up on the Hornets. Hornets putting together a little bit of a drive here in the 4th quarter. Neighbors takes the snap and looks to pass. He's going to have to throw off his back foot, and I can't see where it went.
It landed about a yard inbound.
I've got a 2-foot hole right in front of me, and then I got a camera. I'm trying to just look.
It's going to be a late night for Coach Warner and his staff. I mean, longtime coach, Coach Kirkhart, moves on into the superintendent's office, and first-year coach, and
Low
really
snap.
really he's tasked with trying to get Hilldale out of the first round of the playoffs because recently they've had some really good squads that just can't seem to find their way out of the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, they lost to Catoosa last year, and they were up on Catoosa at halftime by I think it was 22 points.
Yeah.
And Catoosa comes back and beats them. Little scamper there by Hembry brings up 3rd and 4. Neighbors takes the snap, going to hand off to him. No, he's going to keep it. Calls his own number. He's got a chance going around the left side.
Touchdown.
And touchdown. Finally breaks the ice.
Good for Neighbors, man. The beating he's taken tonight, he earned that one.
Nice run. Did give up. I thought he was going to give up there about the 4-yard line.
We've seen some cracks in Broken Bow. They've got some second-teamers in there, but they still got a couple first-teamers. But I think their secondary is going to be. They've had enough film now. Future opponents are going to see that. I think you can do some things. Oh, high snap.
I think you're right. If you have an offensive line that can hold off the front 4 for a good 3 seconds, and give your quarterback enough time to get a 3-second drop and unload the ball, I think that's the weakest part on the Savages is their secondary.
Yeah, and we're nitpicking a little bit, but it's I don't know that it's that close either because I'm really impressed with their front 7.
Yeah, they've got a great, those 4 down linemen and 2 down linemen, 2 defense ends, and 3 linebackers. Been very impressed with. And
I'm watching down there on Broken Bow sideline. I don't know if you can see him, but that 55, he wasn't happy about that touchdown being conceded.
Well, this is the first points they've allowed since week 1.
Yep. But you like seeing that. It's a point of pride, and it's kind of contagious.
Right. You don't want to get complacent. One thing, with the kick wasn't good. No, it was good. It was good. Thought it was good. All right. Ball was fielded by Green. Tries the right sideline. Not much there. But Hilldale has just seemed kind of discombobulated tonight.
Yeah, they got off to a bad start. We touched on that with everything that could go wrong went wrong in that first drive, and it's been a rainstorm.
It's just kind of snowballed.
Yeah.
Everything that they get a couple penalties, backs them up. And as you say, they stayed behind the chains. They weren't staying ahead of the chains.
And for me, the biggest difference is the body language of the kids. Pre-game, halftime.
Oh, goodness gracious. That was just a zone read play, and Garrett
chase again
is gone.
Man.
So a 77-yard run.
Now, who'd you say was who was the running quarterback and who was the
Well, I was pretty sure Owens was the running quarterback. That was just a zone read by Brian Garrett, and he was gone.
I don't think anybody in a black uniform expected him to keep it.
I don't think anybody in a black uniform touched him.
No, Hembry got him on his shoe there.
Wow. Just like that. We have a whistle.
They're making Hembry check out of the game. Number 3 for the Hornets check in there. Lewis Whipple. He was in the homecoming court. He was one of the escorts. And then, at halftime, he was playing the flute or the clarinet or something.
Multi-talented.
Yeah, man.
All right, that brings the score 46-7. And just when you don't think it could get any worse for the Hornets, they
it does.
It
It's
does.
been that kind of a night for them too,
I think this is a game film that Coach Warner's just going to take and just archive and not let it see the light of day for a while.
I bet you he's up watching it tonight. Because he's got. This is a game that brings up more questions than answers, And he's going to do. I think he's going to do some self-scouting, some evaluation.
Well, and what stinks is you've got a good team, and I don't think Broken Bow is a 40-point better team by any means.
No.
And yeah, you just got to figure out, why did the wheels come off of this machine?
Practices this week at Hilldale will be more about bouncing back, not just from game to game, but from play to play.
I think then you start. It's got to be a teaching tool.
Yep. I mean, they just kind of gave into it. It was another freshman out there back to field that kick, Brayson Walker. And that young man, I've watched him play basketball too. I've seen him play a whole basketball season without the glasses falling off his face. It's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And he plays hard.
All right, they're gonna keep Hembry on the sideline.
Neighbors is back out.
Nope, they're sending him back in. I thought they were going to keep him on the sideline. Looks like I thought they were going to send in Cameron Fabian. So we have a delay a game.
Whatever it was, the coaches did not dig.
Neighbors still your quarterback. 4 wide receiver. He's looking downfield to pass, and he has Hembry. Hembry, nice move, bounces to the right and makes another man miss. So he'll pick up right at 11 yards. And a timeout, Whitefield, or is it Whitefield?
No, it's 24.
Nope.
It's our guy.
That's our guy. That's
player of the game.
Gabriel Fields is down.
Well, that's a pretty moon tonight, man.
Pretty orange moon. Four wide receivers, 2 top, 2 bottom. Neighbors takes the snap, looking downfield. He's got a man open, and he's flushed out of the pocket, though.
I don't think he was flushed. I don't know. He had room to step up in that pocket. Our guy, 55's out. He can go ahead and start stepping up now.
He had Ty O'Neal was open at about the 45-yard line. Neighbors takes the snap, going to fake it, it's going to hold on to it, run it straight up the gut. Has double white jerseys smack him in the face, but that's after he picks up 8 yards. Well, he's taking a lot of hits tonight.
Yeah, him and Hembry are going to be in that ice bath early in the morning.
First and 10. Neighbors takes it. He's going to hold on to it, runs to his left. He's got some blockers out front. He's out on the left sideline at the 40. Cuts back inside, is drugged down at the 30-yard line. So a 30-yard run by Neighbors. And I know you're probably thinking, where did this come from? But you've got a lot of different jerseys in there, as they would say, a lot of clean jerseys in there now.
And the butt is key here.
Neighbors looks to throw, pumps once, pulls it down, and he found O'Neal, but O'Neal could not hold on to it.
Again, super impressed, even with the second team, how they swarm to the football. The Broken Bow Savages.
But on the positive side, the Hornets have not thrown in the towel. They're still fighting. In the backfield is Bryce Barrett with Neighbors. He's going to get the handoff, stretch the gut. Barrett's got some room to run, cuts back to the inside, spins, and be brought down at the 15-yard line. Excuse me, that was Hayes, number 32, Hayes.
Those Broken Bow coaches are still coaching them up over there, man. They're not happy about the running room that Hilldale's had these last couple of plays.
Oh, bad snap. Neighbors running for his life is going to be brought down for a big loss. Yeah, I looked up and I thought, well, maybe they had substituted a center, a different offensive lineman, but nope, that's the same center, Devin Brandt.
Yeah, they've had some issues with the snaps all night tonight. And in keeping with the theme, it always seems to happen after a big play.
It's a little anxious.
For a while there, the big 55 was staring over at you.
And going to be a timeout on Hilldale after they have second and, 20?
Close to 30.
Yeah. That's 20, second and 24.
Yeah, Hilldale's got some work to do to make it back to the playoffs, but this is only the second district game, so everything's still on the table for them.
Everything's. Yeah. You've got a lot of room to grow and a lot to do, and lots of room for upsets and good ball play down the road. I think the king of the mountain right now is Hodo, who's ranked number 1 in the state, and they are a offensive machine. So I think if you had to put it down, it's Hodo 1, Broken Bow 2, Hilldale 3. But anything can happen. Broken Bow could pick up a loss from someone they don't expect. Downfield to
nice catch.
Hembry. That was not. He went up to the highest point, went and got it, pulled it down. So that is a 33-yard touchdown pass.
Yep, high pointed it, came down.
Very nice.
Our guy Whitfield was mad he didn't make a play on that ball.
Right. But there's still some fight in those Hornets. But as I was saying, I think Podo's the king, and then Broken Bow is second, and then Hilldale is third. But everything. Lots of things can happen.
Yep, it's a long season. I mean, we're early on in the process.
But I do think you hit on something earlier. I think the game film from this game, I think other teams can look at it and find some chinks in that Savage armor.
Yep.
And then, in a positive note for the Hornets, they can go back and look and say, wow, we stunk it up. We didn't play a very good game. But you know what? These are things that we can certainly fix.
And that's how you build culture, too, though, because you take them back and you show them. You don't always – you want to tell them, hey, when we're playing up, when we're playing one of the top teams in the state, these are plays that we have to hit on. We can't miss these. We can't miss this block. We can't snap the ball over our quarterback's head. So, I mean, that's how you build culture. Like, has Broken Bow had a bad snap tonight?
Well, not that I can. Yeah, they had one, but it was in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I think you go back, and I think if you're Coach Warner, you say, all right, you take away that bad snap on that punt. Okay, you take away those 7 points, and then you take away, our second offensive possession was bad also, and you maybe take that away, and you start saying we do little things here, you do little things here, and this is a different ball game, and we have a chance, and don't put ourselves in a hole. We have a chance in the fourth quarter. I still think Broken Bow's a better team, but I don't think Hilldale is this far apart from them.
No. And I'd be willing to bet that the Broken Bow coach is as surprised as anybody on this field tonight.
Oh, most definitely. But and I think these kids can look back and say, man, if we can fix these mistakes, we can be a pretty good ball club.
Yep. And they're playing some younger kids too, so get those kids in the playoffs with a good district schedule. Because you're talking about 2 of the top 5 teams in the state in your district.
This is a very tough district.
Yeah.
Garrett's going to hand off. No, he's going to keep it.
There it goes again.
Keep it again. He's going to spin around. Pick up a few yards there as clock winds down. 4:08 counting to go in this fourth quarter.
The arm tackles, the missed tackles.
I'm glad you brought up the arm tackles. On that long touchdown run, when when Owens just kind of, sidestepped him, Hembry dipped his head and looked like he was going to try to push him out of bounds instead of lining him up and put some pads on him.
And that's something else you can point to on the film. Hey, these aren't the type of plays that tough kids, tough teams, good teams. These aren't the type of plays they make. They don't give into it.
And nothing against like Tulsa Webster, but those are the plays that you can make against Tulsa Webster and be okay and recover.
Yep.
You cannot make those kind of plays on a team like Broken Bow and expect to win.
Not a lot, at least.
No. But I think we both said there's lots of positive things you can take out of this, even though you're being beat 46-14 at your own place. It's time to put on the old work boots and put on the a hard hat and get to work.
And since Coach Warner is a first-year coach here, trying to instill his culture and his system, I think he'll take a approach where it points it out. Whereas a tenured coach may go mad dog on his kids, just get him in and blister them.
Right.
So it's that's the hardest thing in coaching for me, and I don't coach football, but is knowing when to blister them and knowing when to encourage them. And you got to know your team. That's the first thing.
And I don't take that as a personality from Coach Werner that he's going to go in and just rip them. To me, he's more of a teacher.
Yeah.
So if you're a Hornet fan, I think you just got to chalk this up and say, hey,
wasn't our night.
Wasn't our night. We just got our tails beat.
And it happens, man. So 4th and 3, and try and salt this one away with the ball. Let's see if Hilldale can get a stop here. And Broken Bow's running all kinds of kids on and off the field. They decided to punt it. I think everybody had decided to punt it, but forgot to tell the punter. And Broken Bow was penalized for too many men on the field. And that is going to...
almost just a fantastic punt That one will roll into the end zone.
So they're going to repunt this because they were running off. They had 12 men on 3. Our guy Whitfield was running off at the last second.
So too many men on the field.
Coach Warner's saying, maybe try and play us with 10.
Right. Penalty is declined, so the decline of penalty, they'll take it at the 20.
I'm always a fan of making them re-kick it because those guys on the punt team just ran all the way down the field to field that. You've got a pretty dangerous returner in Walker, so
right.
And who knows what happens.
All right, we got some new kids out on the field. It looks like our new quarterback is going to be
Grayson Walker.
Grayson Walker.
Well, maybe not. No, he's not the quarterback. He's the eye back.
Quarterback is
Number 2.
Johnny DeRosset. All righty, and that was carried by number 4, Grayson Lawson, freshman. So just over a minute left in the ball game. I guess, Brian, we need to do our thank yous. Need to thank all of our camera crew. We've got Nick Overton on one camera, Shayla on Harbarger on another camera, Kelton Wiggins, Clayton Fulton, and then our sideline reporter is Demi Smith. In the trailer, we have Mike Cambiano, Nate Overton, and Chris Rule, and shooting B-roll in Tulsa for us at the Tahlequah Skytook and Idabel Tulsa Webster game is John Thompson. And, of course, hope I didn't miss anybody. Did I miss anybody?
I think the quarterback just missed somebody.
Boy, he
threw it to the coach.
He was open, though.
He was open. He's been open all night, though.
He has been open.
I want to thank the good Lord for blessing us with a nice night for football.
Well, wasn't this a beautiful night?
It was, man.
Beautiful, beautiful night for football.
Now, if it's not too much to ask, big man, can we get a very good game next week?
And some nice weather.
I think that's going to be the last play of the game there.
Should be the last play of the game. So, folks, for myself, I'm Eric Shannon. I've been one of your announcers tonight with Brian Shows here. The Broken Bow Savages they're going to take this win home 46-14 as they come down to Muskogee, Oklahoma, and beat up on the Hornets. So both good ball clubs. I think the Hornets have a lot to work on, Brian, and hopefully we can see both these teams again in the playoffs.
Yep. I know that Hilldale's got some questions that need answered, but I think we know what Broken Bow is.
Yeah, they've certainly a talented ball club. But one positive thing, it doesn't look like we had any major injuries that we know of. No one was carted off the field like we had last week and the week before. So happy to see that. But all in all, everybody shakes hands. Good game. They go home and
good luck, and hope to see y'all down the road in the playoffs.
Hope to see them both down in the playoffs. So, all right, for the Bravado TV, we're going to sign off. And, folks, we'll see you next week as we take our on the road to Tahlequah. We'll have Tahlequah Collinsville next Friday night right here on Bravado TV.